We're at $25 million with debt, which
Y'all, this really is the white collar recession. And here's a man, he is in finance and operations analysis and data management. And he's making this post on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is now a majority of posts where people are sharing their struggles with just finding a job and making ends meet. And he's saying 159 days, no paycheck, no steady routine, no clear next step. That's how long it's been since I lost my last role. In these 159 days, I've battled self-doubt. I've hit refresh on job boards more times than I can count. I've smiled through interviews where I gave it my all and still heard nothing back. I've had days where I felt like I was running out of time and other days where I reminded myself this isn't the end, just the in between. But here's the truth. I'm still waking up early, still applying, still believing, still becoming. I have an MBA in finance, a BBA in marketing, and real experience making things happen from financial analysis and process improvement at Raytheon Technologies to team leadership and performance tracking at enterprise and beyond. I know how to solve problems, collaborate with purpose, and deliver results. I'm looking for a new opportunity, one where I can bring those skills into financial analysis, customer success, admin support, and operational strategy. And he's based in Houston, but my ambitions have no geographic limits, is what he's saying. He's saying this post isn't just about asking for a job. It isn't about staying seen. If you've been in the season before, you know how lonely it can be. So if you're reading this, whether you're hiring or just here to uplift, thank you. Every message, referral, or word of encouragement truly means more than you know. 159 days, still here, still hopeful, still ready. So I'm going to share this and hopefully it reaches recruiters that are actually in that market. Unfortunately, I am not searching for financial professionals, but even sharing to a network when you have a lot of hiring managers in your network and a lot of other recruiters and HR folks, sometimes it can help just get that reach. But the point of this is that this guy has an MBA in finance, credible degree, right? He has real world experience working at some credible companies. Raytheon Technologies, that's a name for itself, right? He's worked at enterprise as well. And financial analysis is an industry that is very credible. And just a few years ago, I was hiring for people that had financial analysis experience. I filled maybe 4 or 5 roles at a particular company. We were looking for that. And even before that, I was looking for finance professionals. And so this is the tough thing about the job market right now. It's really hitting those white collar workers. And I remember years ago, folks were telling me, you know, recruiting isn't real work. Like, you're next, automation's going to happen. Of course, automation is going to hit every industry. However, that's the thing. You really can't say or look down on other job fields because everyone can be impacted by these layoffs. And when companies are looking to really peel back on their spending, well, even in a job or industry that feels safe is not going to be safe. You know, if we're heading into a recession or a depression, you're bare bones. Like, it's really tough. Typically in the United States, the government has to come in to actually help people. But what's happening right now, from my view, I could be wrong. Y'all know, I will say if I'm wrong. But what's happening in my view is the government wants this. How do you get prices down? Well, you're probably going to have to do a lot of government cuts with spending, and you're going to want some things to tank. Who benefits when things tank? Billionaires, because what they do is they can go in, find those highly valued things, companies, businesses, right? And they soak it all up. And then what happens is, you know, they'll grow these businesses, or they'll hold the businesses, or they'll pour in their cash into the markets. And when things actually go back up, because you don't stay in recession and depression forever, well, they're winning again. They're really winning. they've 10x'd their profits, and that's who always wins in the end. So, you know, all of this Democrat, Republican fighting over left and right issues, social issues, when it gets so tough to where people can't make ends meet, no one cares about that. They just want to get into a place where they can meet their needs of themselves and their family. So this is really sad. I am going to continue following this. I've been following a lot of these posts for a while and hoping that the market improves. But what I'm seeing is that people are hiring people that they know. People that are getting referred are having the best chance at getting a job. And applications, while yes, there are people hiring, they're posting roles and are taking them right back down because of the sheer amount of traction that they're getting. So if, you know, 500 people apply, 2,000 people apply to a role, well, over a weekend, we have to take that posting down as recruiters because we're not to the point where automation is reviewing all the resumes. People are still reviewing resumes for the most part. And you might even see, we'll talk about this, but Workday is an applicant tracking system. And there is a lawsuit by a black man, I believe, where he's saying, hey, he's over 40 and he's been applying to these jobs. He's applied to like a high number, hundreds of jobs, right? And he's claiming that AI has caused, you know, discrimination for him. And protected classes, black man, over 40, right? People say DEI doesn't exist until they're in these situations where maybe they have a disability and they feel like they were discriminated and didn't get a job because of that. Or they're a veteran, they feel like they didn't get a job because of that. Or, you know, you're over 40 and you didn't get a job because of that. Anyone could hit the age of 40 if you just keep living. So that would impact you in some way if you're in this type of job market. Not talking about celebrities and creators and stuff. We're talking about real people. So anywho, I'm going to share this. I'll provide a link to this posting. If you're a recruiter and you can help him, you're looking for financial folks, definitely reach out to him and just look at their profile. That's what I do. Typically, I try to look at the profile, see if I have anything. And oftentimes I don't because I focus in tech right now. But even sharing the posts, sometimes I try not to share too much, and I try not to share just cash at me, you know, send in my GoFundMe, because I don't want people to get it confused that I'm reaching out and trying to get people to share to my GoFundMe. But at the same time, I do want to help to get some reach. So even commenting, liking a post on LinkedIn and just sharing it to your network can help. People are still making connections on LinkedIn. People are still finding jobs through LinkedIn. It's just tougher because scammers have flocked there. You have a high number of people that are looking for jobs versus those that are hiring. And the folks that are looking for jobs are getting high traction with the views because they're opening up, they're sharing. These are emotional things that people relate to, and so a lot of people will like it. But do they end up getting a job in the end is the thing. I don't really see that helps as much, but it can, just getting your name out there and getting, like me, I'm seeing his post and I'm like, okay, well, let me look to see if I have anything. Other recruiters will likely do the same thing. So anywho, I'm gonna cut this short. Thank you for listening. Let me know how y'all are feeling about the job market right now. What's helping, what's not helping. If you have tips for other people that might be watching this video, share them in the comments. Just let people know. Don't gatekeep. Anywho, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Well, I didn't really want to be here, so I was made to be here. So obviously I'm just like wanting to get this over with and get on with my life. This is a big inconvenience for me.